To another video. I hope you all are doing really well. Now, as you all know, I'm filming some requested videos nowadays. I'm trying to, at least. So someone on Instagram requested me to make a video about books that do not require a lot of patience, that don't require a lot of time to read. And I totally understand that, because I have been there. I have been, in a mood when I just want to read something that's very easy going, easy breezy, and I don't have to think a lot about what's going on in the book, and I don't have to focus a lot. And even if my attention is a little diverted, I can still continue with the book. And yeah, you get my point, right? So yeah, someone requested me to make a list of such books, and so I did. So that's what I'm talking about today. I tried to select books that, first of all, are not very lengthy, and second of all, their stories are not very serious or very complex. They're just, as I said, very easygoing and do not require a lot of time or patience to read. Now, the first book that I selected is The Blue Umbrella by Ruskin Bond. Uh, I don't really need to justify why the book is on there. Like, you can see the size. It's like a short story, not even a book. It's a novella. The copy that I have has lots of illustrations as well. So it, shortens the length even more and makes it interesting and engaging to read. I know a lot of people, and not just children, who like, to read books that have drawings in it, and who feel that books with illustrations are more gripping and they find them more interesting to read. So that's why I have this one on my collection. It's about a little girl, Binia, I guess. I read it a long while back. So yeah, Binia. And she has this beautiful blue umbrella, and basically the story is revolving around her. And there's this older guy in the village who wants that umbrella very badly. So that's what the story is about. It's a very sweet story, and not just children. I think adults will also like it. I mean, it's a book that you would love to read on a rainy day, when you are cozy, curled up in a blanket. Just pick it up and you can finish it in, I think, less than an hour. Okay, number two is By My Side, a Second World War love story by Sue Reed. I did a complete review on it, and that will also be linked on the screen and in the description if you want to check that out. It's, as it says, the title is very self-explanatory. It's a Second World War love story. I had never heard about this book. I just randomly picked it up, and I'm very glad that I did, because the story is written very well, and it feels like all that really happened. So it's about these two people. The guy is Jewish, the woman is not, and they fall in love. And you know what happened, in the Second World War, Nazis, Hitler, everything, and Hitler and his immense hatred for Jewish people and what all he did to them, everything of that sort. So, of course, they found it difficult to, first of all, stay alive, for the guy at least, to be constantly in hiding and stuff. And then, I think it's very difficult to keep a relationship healthy, or even, you know, keep a relationship going in the first place when situations are like these. So it's all about that, if they manage to cope through that or not, what happens at the end. It's very interesting. You would not feel bored. It's not elongated uselessly. It's very to the point, just like someone sitting down with you and just telling a love story. If you like love stories, this is for you. If you like stories of personal experiences during wars or other such difficult times, this is for you. And again, you can see the size is it's a very thin book. So perfect for people who do not like long, lengthy books that require a lot of patience. Now, next one on my list is Sunday Girl by Cassidy. This is one of my forever favorite books. This was a gift to me, and I read it like years ago. It's been like 4 or 5 years since I read it, but I just love it. First of all, I just really love the colors, and the teenage girl in me loved them even more. See, it's been so many years, so of course I've forgotten major parts of the story, but I remember the basics. It's about this teenage girl whose mom is an alcoholic, and then there are all these other problems in her life, and how she's juggling through them, you know, trying to face them. She breaks down, she picks herself up. That's the pace of the story, I guess. and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's a very fun YA book. It won't bore you. You won't have to think a lot about it. You don't have to think about complex things happening in the story. It's just going on. You are on this journey of life with the main character. It's very engaging. Again, not very lengthy. Font is very big, guys, okay? So it's not even as big as it looks, and it doesn't look big at all in the first place. Yeah, you get my point why you should read it. Sunday Girl by Cassidy. Okay, next one on my list is a book that I very recently reviewed, which is Ikigai, the Japanese secret to a long and happy life. Usually I do not like to read other reviews of a book that I want to review, because I think it kind of messes you up and you start thinking in all other ways about the book. So again, even in this case, I did not read or see another reviews, and I reviewed it. But then I saw there's a lot of mixed feeling, and a lot of people did not like this book and they feel it's overrated. And I kind of get them, because the book is titled Ikigai. Ikigai, as they tell in the book, means the purpose of your life. And I agree with people. The book has very little to do with finding the purpose of your life, at least directly. But my point is that the book talks about a lot of other things, like lifestyle changes or lifestyle habits, and dietary habits and exercising and meditation, all these components of a healthy and long life. And I think those things eventually, when you follow them, you eventually figure out, you're at peace, and you eventually figure out yourself, and that way you figure out your ikigai. So now if you expect that someone's going to write, okay, do this and you'll know the purpose of your life, I don't think it works like that. So I did not even expect that they'll tell me, what do you expect, will they tell you a particular form of exercise to do this and you'll know what your purpose in life is? No, things don't work like that. And do not ignore the fact that the title also says the Japanese secret to a long and happy life, and they do include a lot of stuff on that. And my major attraction in the book was that it talks about this village in Japan, Okinawa, which is famous for having the most number of super centenarians, which is people above the age of 110. And these authors actually went there and interviewed a lot of these people who are above the age of 110, and people who are above 90, 100, and they talked to them about the kind of lifestyle they follow, their you know um, what they enjoy doing, and what do they think is their secret for such a long and healthy life. And I think that's nice. So that's my point of view. Of course, everyone is free to say what they want, but that's why I'm recommending Ikigai to you. It's a very short book, and it makes you feel good, and it kind of gives you a clarity that everyone is almost always searching. So no, there are moments when you're just perplexed and you want to read something calming, something positive and happy. I think Ikigai is the book for you. If you trust me, go pick up Ikigai. It's a nice book and you won't be bored. Now, the last book on my list is Swami and Friends by R.K. Narayan. R.K. Narayan, of course, doesn't need an introduction from me. And if you are someone older, or even someone as old as me, you probably have heard the word Malgudi Days. It was a program that used to, air on Indian television a long while back when our parents were kids, and everybody, I've heard from everybody, from my elders, that they loved it, and then I also saw some episodes on YouTube, and it's a brilliant series. It follows this little boy Swami and his friends, as it says, Swami and Friends. And yeah, so Malgudi Days is actually based on this novel. This one I read for my college. There's not a lot to say, It follows Swami and his friends in their adventures. But the main thing is that you see the main character Swami growing up, and in him you can see every child in the world, in the sense that when you grow up, there are lots of losses, a loss of innocence, loss of friends. Yeah, just so there are a lot of these things that happen when you transition from a child to an adult, and those transitions are very beautifully represented. You'll know when you read, guys. So I think that was the main attraction of the book for me. Of course, it's fun to read everything that Swami and his friends are doing across the village, but when you see Swami growing up, and the friendships and the dynamics in the friendships changing, friends going different ways, it kind of breaks your heart, but at the same time it feels so realistic. And the fictional village of Malgudi, I love that. So the whole vibe is very nostalgic. I mean, of course I can't be nostalgic about it, but you get my point. The vibe is nostalgic, okay? And very simple, laid back vibe. You will have lots of fun following Swami and his friends around the village of Malgudi, and you won't require a lot of patience with this book, definitely. So, these were my recommendations for books that would not require you to have a lot of patience, focus, or spend a lot of time on a book, and you would still end up enjoying them. If you like this video, you like my recommendations, make sure you hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment down below if you want to see any other video on my channel, and I would try my best to make it and bring it to you. I will see you with my next video. Bye.